Hey guys, and welcome to my very first in-studio video. That's right, today I'm not driving anything, but don't worry, the subject is still very much a car. It is somewhat bizarrely called the Ora Cat, and I think it might just be the car to turn South Africans onto EVs. So stay tuned. Let's be honest, the EVs that have been on sale in South Africa up to this point have been either completely out of reach in terms of price or completely impractical. First there was the Nissan Leaf, the first generation Leaf, way ahead of the curve, way too expensive, low on range, very funny looks, and of course South Africans wasn't interested. And so I think it also coincided actually with the whole load shedding issue. So not a great time to launch an electric car. So Nissan South Africa itself seems to have lost interest in electric cars, and we haven't seen the second generation Leaf in this country. Then we had the BMW i3, of course the i8 as well, but that's not really, I don't count that as an electric car. The i3 in electric form at least, very short range, impractical, expensive. And then we had the I-Pace, the Jaguar I-Pace, and now we have the Audi e-trons and the BMW iX, and they're all around about 2 million rand vehicles. So rich man's toys, you could say. Lower down the scale, there is of course the and South Africa's cheapest electric car at the moment, the Mini SE, but that's only got 230 kilometers odd range, and it costs nearly 700,000 rand. So where is a practical, relatively affordable EV for South Africans? So which brand is going to plug this gaping EV hole in the South African market in the below 600,000 rand sort of segment? It's a very important question, because I think, like with many niches in the world, whether it's SUVs or crossovers or whatever the case may be, hybrids, the first mover and the first significant player in a market very often becomes the dominant player in the market. Is it going to be Volkswagen? You would think that with the ID3 and the ID4 that they would be the first movers. They've already said ID3 is probably a no-go. They're going to test the waters with the ID4 this year. The ID4 is their best-selling EV, World Car of the Year as well. But you know, that's a bigger SUV. Again, you're talking closer to 1 million rand. So what I'm talking about is sub 600,000 rand and probably closer to 500,000 rand. And if I look at the landscape internationally, and I look at pricing, and I look at what brands are willing to do to gain market share, I think the car to turn the EV market on its head in South Africa is the Ora Cat. But Hannes, why would I spend 500,000 rand or more on something called the Ora Cat, an unknown EV? I can hear you ask that or think that. And it's a fair question. But remember Haval? Haval is GWM's SUV brand, and that has been the success story on the South African market for the past 12 months. Great design, great spec, excellent pricing, very aggressive pricing, and they've just shot the lights out. And there's no reason why the mothership in China can't allow GWM in South Africa to have the same aggressive pricing strategy with the Ora brand, which is GWM's electric car brand in this country. So in the UK, the Ora Cat is going on sale for £25,000. That's already been announced for this first quarter of 2022. Other right-hand drive markets are already interested. I know discussions are ongoing around South African availability. It is potentially available to us as well. Right, so what is an Ora Cat exactly? It's a Volkswagen ID3 sized hatchback, front wheel drive, which means very similar to a Golf in size and in terms of its packaging. So the good boot space, good rear leg room, premium finishes inside. In fact, inside, based on the European reports, the Ora Cat looks more premium than the Volkswagen ID3. Soft touch finishes everywhere, very high-tech sort of minimalistic design, you know, wireless charging. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's got automated parking, you know, available, possibly not in all models. And in terms of safety, GWM has said that there's no point in launching any car on the European market if it doesn't achieve a 5-star Euro NCAP crash rating, and that is what they expect the Ora Cat to achieve, and we'll see, but I don't doubt that that will be achieved. So you will see things like the Jolion's cross traffic alert and the lane keep assist and those kind of things on the Ora Cat as well. In terms of your drivetrain choices, you've essentially got two. There is a 48 kilowatt hour battery option, and that gives you a 323 kilometers kind of range, and that is more than 100 kilometers more range than the next cheapest electric car on the South African market, the Mini. So that's already very impressive. If you upgrade yourself to the 63 kilowatt hour Ora Cat, then you've got 418 kilometers of range, which is exceptional if achieved at that price level. So will the Ora Cat make it to South Africa? It's a big question, and there's no official answer on that yet. We do know that the Haval H6 hybrids are coming, so the alternative energy kind of vehicles are getting into the GWM mix in South Africa. If they get the pricing right, this is a car that's going to get a lot of traction on the one hand, but it's also going to bring with it a whole bunch of other brands into play. And I think that's very exciting, and that's a reason why I'm watching the Ora Cat story unfold very keenly, because South Africa, the South African market, it needs a catalyst or a spark of some sorts to ignite the EV market. Somebody needs to move first, somebody needs to be bold, and given what GWM has done with Haval and the way that they're pricing in the UK, if I put the puzzle pieces together, I think they can get the Ora Cat in South Africa between 500,000 and 600,000 rand, and at that price you can sign me up now. I'll be a customer, and I'm sure plenty other South Africans will be as well. Guys, I'd really like to know what you think of the Ora Cat and what you think of its chances in South Africa. Would you consider buying it if it landed here between 500,000 and 600,000 rand? Let me know in the comments below. Please do consider subscribing or liking the video if you do like it, obviously. And do remember that I do have books to give away. It's called Cranked Up: Confessions of a Petrolhead. And you can find my email address in the About section of this channel. Pop me a mail, tell me whether you want it signed or not, and I'll get it to you if you live in South Africa, of course. Thanks for watching.